Happy Wednesday, guys. Good morning and welcome into the stream. We have so much to unpack today. There is a ton going on, from college basketball games starting this morning to at least 8 different NBA games going on. Almost the entire NHL league is playing games today as well. We have quite a bit on our plate. This is a nice appetizer before we get to actual Thanksgiving, but really excited to jump in. We have so much to get to, so many slips to create, so many bets to make to grab our value, secure it early so that we can just kind of watch the cash flow in. So let's just jump into DFS. Let's get going on. Joey, what's going on? Appreciate that, Eric, man. Appreciate that. And what up, Chi-Town? Morning to you as well. Mind your bankrolls. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. All right, let's see what we have. Let me just refresh the Sharp Money tool. We'll go through the parameters really quick, guys. I have the NFL, I have the NBA, the NHL. I have today and tomorrow selected, so we will see. Obviously, we have 3 Thanksgiving games tomorrow, so we will have those selected so we can see what we can grab. There will be a stream same time tomorrow morning on Thanksgiving morning, so I stream. Just should be one stream tomorrow, but we definitely will be hitting some plays up in the morning. Okay, so refresh the page. And the top play right here is Travis Kelce. This is for Dabble. So somebody wants his under 16.5 receiving yards at minus 122. Not many books have come out with this line, obviously, though MGM and Dabble has. So I don't mind this Kelce play. Someone has a lot of confidence in this under, so I'm cool with that. Irish, good morning to you. Christopher, what's going on? Appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with me this morning. No doubt about that. Good morning, Daniel. So if I was to focus on Dabble for just 1 second, is there anything else out there for my Dabble users that we could grab? Looks like there's a play here on Keldon Johnson. This is a lower amount of liquidity. And it's also the same price as Pinnacle. So I don't really like this play. For someone to just put up $550, that doesn't really do much for me. So to kind of focus early and first and foremost on Dabble, because that's where we saw the value at first for Travis Kelce under 60.5 receiving yards. Is there anything else on some 3-man slips with no insurance that we could grab? And the answer is, it's tough out there at the moment. And I will be streaming again tonight, guys, at 6 o'clock Eastern. So this board will change. But at the moment, I'm okay with Jahmyr Gibbs over 30.5 receiving yards. It's minus 141 on Pinnacle, getting this at minus 122. So the under on receiving yards on Kelce, the over on receiving yards on Gibbs. And then Miles Bridges is this is good to FanDuel. It's not excellent to Pinnacle. His under on his points tonight, under 19.5. Or I would go with DiVincenzo. I'd go with DiVincenzo over 12 points. You're receiving some insurance here in case he hits exactly 12. It's good to FanDuel. It's good, because we're getting that extra half-point discount here compared to Pinnacle's line. I would take the under on Kelce's receiving yards, the over on DiVincenzo's points, and the over on Gibbs's receiving yards. So that's how we would attack Dabble. So outside of Dabble, to make things a little bit easier, I'll just remove them here from the bottom of my slips. I also have parlay play selected. All right, so the next up then, like we talked about, would be underdog. And this David Montgomery play is the first on the top of the list. This would be, you could put this on a 6-man slip. I'm fine putting it on a 3-man slip because it's minus 134. Jahmyr Gibbs is like fully taking over this backfield. Obviously, he had a career game last week, but big matchup against the Packers. Somebody really wants this at minus 115 odds. In terms of the liquidity here, it's not exactly a super sharp play for where we wanted at or where I wanted at minus 122 odds. But I do like this price compared to Pinnacle, so I'm good with this Gibbs play. Tage Thompson, under 3.5 shots on goal. You could play this on better or underdog. It's okay to Pinnacle. I don't really care what FanDuel's line is, guys, on NHL player shots on goal. By the way, the 3-man slip that we cooked up on underdog yesterday hit the first 2 legs. We're just waiting on Friday to hit the under on Caleb Williams. So if you guys tailed the underdog slip we shared yesterday, we hit the first two. We're just waiting on Friday's games. So I'm going to go ahead and cook this one up right now because I like this. And what else can we find on Underdog? Anything else? This is Kareem Hunt. I don't care really so much about the money in terms of there's low amount of money. I was looking to see if Pinnacle had a number. They don't. So we'll come back over and click up on hit up Underdog, and let's head over to a 3-man entry. I go with Clan. Clan's under 24.5 PRA. And they already bumped that to 23.5. So let's refresh this page. LaMelo Ball, move fast on this one, guys. As soon as I share this link, we're taking LaMelo over on his PRA. All right, go. There's the link. We're taking LaMelo over on his PRA. That's a good one. FanDuel's at 31.5. Pinnacle's at 31.5. We're getting this at 30.5, which is definitely a bit of a discount. So there we are. Taking 2 unders on Tage Thompson and David Montgomery, and then an over on LaMelo Ball. Definitely run and grab that play on Underdog. That's a good play. Yeah, no problem, guys. I would say there's always one. Ramo is one supporter that always asks about Dabble. I'm more than happy, though, to pull up in a poll to see if anybody still wants me to show it. So let me start that poll. For any of you guys out there that do use Dabble, would love to hear your input. If you would still care for me to show Dabble plays or not. I know quite a bit of you got limited, but obviously if it's an overwhelming yes, then happy to still show plays over there. All right, so we're down to kind of PrizePicks, pick 6 for DraftKings, and then Better. And so we'll kind of focus on Better here at the moment because they have a couple of good plays, and we have a discount on Better. We have 2 discounts, Zion Williamson and Jimmy Butler. Zion's over on his points, or we can go with Jimmy Butler's over on his points, rebounds, and assists. Okay. Pick whichever one you prefer. Who's Zion going up against? They got Memphis today. I'm going to take Zion's over on his points. So we'll go with that. And then looks like we got a Lucas Raymond play here. It's pretty good to Pinnacle here. Playing this at minus 122. Let's click over on the NHL. All right, so we're under on his 2.5 shots on goal. Great. We already know about Tage Thompson. What about Josh Morrissey? Pinnacle's at minus 133. Yeah, I'm totally fine with Josh Morrissey as well. And we're looking for his over 1.5 shots on goal here. This is a 3-pick slip, guys. No insurance. $10 max entry is what you can place. I play these discounted slips on Better almost there. I play them every day. And appreciate that, Irish. Appreciate that. Good to know. So far, appreciate you guys voting. So far, 64% say yes. So we'll still definitely still show Dabble. All right, so let me take a little screenshot of that. If I don't take screenshots, guys, of my plays that I bet, I completely forget about it after the stream. So I don't want to do that. All right, so there's a better slip. Let's look at PrizePicks. Got parlay play popping up with Tyler Hero. What else we got here? Chase Brown, last game tomorrow night, Bengals, Ravens. No Pinnacle odds, so I'm not really crazy about it. Some good better value for sure. Will they let me rock the other discount, or can I only play one discount at a time? If I take Jimmy's over. See if they'll let me do that. Because there's some other interesting plays out here. Lucas, we talked about Morrissey. We got the Quentin Post play. We got Mark Williams. Yeah, this is a good play on Mark Williams. Over on his rebounds. I like that. And then Quentin Post. Not really. Keldon, we talked about him and his points. Don't really like that one. Jabari Smith Jr. in the same game, over on his PRA. Okay. I don't know if they'll let me combine it. We'll see. Will they let me create this slip? Hey, they will. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So here's two different slips on Better taking both of their discounts. I don't know, Irish. I don't know where he's at. The only reason I mentioned Ramos because he always tells me or always asks if I have shown Better. I'm sorry, if I've shown Dabble and haven't heard from him in a while. He does go use a couple different usernames on here, but there we go. All right, so there's the slips for Better. Happy about that. What else do we have? PrizePicks. We got Chase Brown. Like I said, don't like that play just because there's no Pinnacle odds at the moment. Keldon, it's the same odds as Pinnacle, so I'm not like over the moon on this play. Bobby Portis, yeah, let's go over to the optimizer. Let's just take a look at PrizePicks, the old school fashion way. All right, 3 minimum data points for any of you guys that are new. First and foremost, welcome in. 3 minimum data points just means that we are looking at, we want 3 other sportsbooks' opinions on top of PrizePicks. So no different than maybe if you have, I don't know, maybe you think you broke your arm or it's a fracture and you're like, hey, I want to get a second opinion from the doctor. Go see a second doc. We want at least 3 other doctors' opinions here in this one. So we're really looking for discrepancies where we're just receiving a really good price or, the line's too low or it's too high set by PrizePicks. That's what we're hoping to find. So we kind of have that situation here with Dante DiVincenzo on his points, rebounds, and assists because it's at 19.5 by all the books. They have this roughly at minus 104, minus 109 between Pinnacle and FanDuel. So we're getting this a little bit higher. But again, guys, we have to think about, well, what if FanDuel offered an alternate line on this? What would their odds be? It would probably, I would say, maybe be in the minus 120, minus 125 range. So I don't know if we're really receiving a great discount here on DiVincenzo. But that's what I'm hoping to find on PrizePicks. And I might just have to come back to this a little bit later because I'm not overly thrilled with what I'm seeing on the board thus far. I don't play fantasy scores for those of you that are curious. So I just ignore the Jared Goff and Jonathan Taylor play. I don't know if anyone actually plays fantasy scores that's in the chat and on the stream right now. If you do, let me know because I'd love for OddsJam just to remove them, but I can understand if some of you guys play them. But not a category that I've played in over a year, I would say. So Hartenstein, this is one I'm a little bit more interested in. It's minus 130 on FanDuel. The Pinnacle's at minus 116 on the 11.5, so we're going to look to grab his under. Okay, there's one. Yeah, I don't really like the play. Jordan Clarkson, it's really good to FanDuel. If we take the average odds between FanDuel and Pinnacle here on Jordan Clarkson's over 3s, I can get behind this play a little bit more, for sure. But I normally, Zion, yeah, let's go with Zion on his points. I like that one a bit more. Okay. And anything else I see that I really, really pops off the page for me? I'd go with the Clarkson play. That would be the one that I would be fine with. So Clarkson over 1.5 made 3s. There we go. This is no insurance on this, guys. So take a look at this one. This is a PrizePicks slip. Let me share this with you. Okay, we locked that one in. And let's get it now for everyone else. Appreciate that, Irish. Appreciate that, man. All right, so there is a 3-pick entry over here on PrizePicks. A little bit tougher out there on the streets. Let's take a look at Fliff while we're looking at it, then we'll look at pick 6. We have a lot to get to. So, definitely looking, guys. I mentioned this yesterday in the stream. I'm going to mention it again. Guys like I know Irish and Chi-Town already know about this. They're already in it. But if you guys want to join Dub Club from now until Friday, I am running a discounted Black Friday sale on every single plan that I offer. Yesterday, we had a very small losing day. I think it was 0.3 units, so a little over a quarter of a unit, which, losing days are going to happen, but I'm okay that it was a very small losing day. We did cash on a couple of plays, which was nice to see, and we're staying hot with our NHL goal scores. We stayed hot last night, which was great. Here's the link, guys, if you want to check out any of the packages. If you sign up for a 1-month or 3-month plan, you're not only going to receive a discount because of the Black Friday sale, but you're also going to receive a 3-day free trial. So you get it 3 days for free, which is pretty cool. And, we have a boatload of stuff going on today. Haven't given out any picks yet. I'll do that after the stream ends. But there's a lot going on for sure. So we've still had a very strong run over the past 6 days, making around 11 units. So it's been really, really good. All right, Fliff at the moment, not seeing much. Here we go. New Mexico, minus 18.5. It's minus 145 on Pinnacle. This is 20 cents off over at Fliff. You could take them at 18.5 or 19.5. Obviously, I would prefer to take the minus 18.5. It's just an easier leg to hit than the 19.5. Nice to hear that, Chi-Town. Great to hear that, man. Josh, in terms of the straight wagers, my advice to you is to create those plays on ProfitX or NoVig. You can literally create all the plays that I bet on here, or even on Dub Club. Now, not all your orders might get filled, but I would legitimately just use the exchanges because I know you have the exchanges available to you, and I would just create a market and see if your order gets filled. So that's how I would do it. Good question though. Nothing really else that I see. Just the New Mexico play. This is definitely a great play for any of my rebet users. Anyone out there that maybe isn't death limited yet on rebet. Got some live matches going on for tennis. If you could bet live tennis, I would definitely do that. For any pregame, we got any Pinnacle odds here? This looks it's just all live stuff, which kind of stinks. This is too juicy for me with the Cowboys. Not really. Not really in terms of pregame. I don't see much that I like. Okay. So let's head over to DraftKings Pick 6. Let's look at this. See what we have cooking. Take a look at the sharp money tool. And let's get rid of PrizePicks. Got some parlay play stuff going on right now. Şengün over on his points. Karl Anthony Towns. Good to hear that. All right, we're going to conclude that poll. I appreciate everyone voting. That helps out. 62% said yes. 21 votes. Great to hear that. All right, so we're going to ask. I haven't shown it much. But we're going to bring this one up as well. Different poll here, guys. Same question, but it's for parlay play. Would you guys actually care about parlay plays? Anyone out there actually use this book? I don't really show them on the streams, but this morning, I decided to just click them on just to see what's up. And so I just want to asking for a friend. Bookmakers minus 134, minus 136. Kaloware under on his points on DraftKings Pick 6. All right, let me log into Pick 6. So even though there's not a lot of liquidity on this play, I do like the fact that Bookmaker and FanDuel are in the minus 130s. We can get this at minus 122. All right, so I like this play. What about Anthony Edwards over 4.5 rebounds? Minus 140, minus 125. All right, it's fine. It's not ideal. And we got a winnings boost pack. 30% winnings boost pack today. Let's look at the details. It's probably on a 4-pick slip. Maybe. Hopefully it's not. $50. Oh, this is great. All right, so we got a 30% winnings boost, guys, for any NBA entry. Hey, I like that. And then we got a winnings boost pack. Also have one for the NHL today, but it's 4 picks or more. You know how I feel about that. Opt in and earn 230 winnings boost tokens. I'm just reading this on my other screen. It's $20 or less. That's great. So let's grab those. That's fantastic. All right, so we got some good stuff going on here. We got some boost packs. We definitely want to grab this Colo Ware play. Under on his points. This Anthony Edwards play, I don't really know how I feel about it. And if I don't know how I feel about it, that means I'm like not crazy about it. Steph under on his PRA. Obviously, I don't like really taking someone like Curry's under because of how wide his variance can be. But it's a good line. It's a good line of FanDuel. It's a good line of Pinnacle. Like, I'm all in on that one. Jalen Duren, I don't like that because of Pinnacle's line at the moment. But Benedict Mathurin, I like a little bit more. So we'll go with Benedict Mathurin's under on his points. We're going to apply our 30% winnings boost. I'm going to play this for the max, which I can is $50. So this is going to be a very EV play. Let me share this link with you guys. Yeah, Irish got all the boost out there. So there's the first one. I'm putting my big boost on this. This is my $50 max bet. 30% boost. That's what I'm putting. I'm taking Wares under, Mathurin under, Curry under, fading everybody. Fading a bunch of dudes. Love that. I do like Denny Advida. If you want to take his over on his rebounds and assists, I'm cool with that. We might be able to cook up another. So over on his rebounds and assists. I don't see it anymore. So let's refresh the page. That's because it bumped. Hartenstein's over on his PRA. We're getting this a little bit lower. I know we just took his under. But again, guys, I'm always, you might still lose the slip even if we take his under and it hits. So you never really know. Curry's under on his points and rebounds. You could take his under points and rebounds. You could take his under points, rebounds, and assists. We talked about Mathurin. I could add Curry again. We'll try to do something else outside of it. Fears under 15.5 points. It's all right. Again, there's so many NBA games today, so we have so many different options that we can choose from. Vince Williams Jr. under 5.5 rebounds. Not very good to Pinnacle. It's very good to FanDuel. What about Jalen? Yeah. Reed Shepherd. Looking for some Pinnacle odds, too, to go along with this. Miles Turner under 13.5 points. It's fine. It's not ideal. It's okay. Slap another reward on this. $20 max entry, guys. All right, here's another slip. Maybe I'll save one for the evening stream. Skunky, ¿qué pasa? Yes, Dabble. Good to hear about that. What's going on, mi amigo? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? All right, so there we go. All right, so we threw out 2 different pick six slips. We did, Skunky, if you're a little late, obviously, we went through a dabble slip earlier, but it was tough out in the streets with dabble. I'm not going to lie. It's not great. DiVincenzo's over on his points. I'm good with that. This Miles Bridges under on his points. It's barely okay. And what was another one that maybe we could talk about? You're getting a discount on Amon-Ra St. Brown for no touchdown, but dude, I'm not really not really a fan of betting the under, but it could hit. It's tough out in the streets. I'd probably wait on Dabble a little bit later. So I'm going to save my last boost for the evening stream tonight, guys, for pick 6 for the NBA, but 2 different pick 6 entries. Okay, let's go back over the sharp money tool. Let's look at some mainline markets. That's what the morning streams are normally set for, guys, is main markets. So we gave player props plenty of love. We will be focusing a ton on player props on the evening stream today. And so let's just look at today and let's just have everything selected. Like, who cares? Let's see what we have. Top play right now. Grizzlies on the money line. They're taking on the Pelicans. Somebody wants this at -128 or -129 odds. Pinnacle currently has a $3,000 limit. And so two people between this price want it for $9,000. So this is a like, hey, wake up and take a look at this. This is a big deal. Grab this at -131 on NoVig. I'm cool with that. And I'm also cool with -133 on ProfitX. I might go out on a limb and go bet this over at 4CX. Obviously, this is an offshore sports book called Every Game that you can bet this at. But this is very EV on Every Game. I'm going to go over to 4CX to bet this. If you guys have an exchange, I would definitely check this out over here on NoVig and ProfitX. On DraftKings, guys, this is it's a little bit of a stretch. It's okay on DraftKings. But I'm going to head over to 4CX, which is an exchange out here in Arizona, and I'm going to bet this. So definitely like the Grizzlies on the money line. That's one that's like, whoa, that's like a little bit like that's more than what Pinnacle's taking this early in the morning. Chi-Town, yes, I am playing on Bracco, though I'm out of money on Bracco, so I have to get that. I have to throw some funds in on Bracco. Looks like there's only $100 over here. And if you guys don't know about 4CX, guys, this is an exchange book. You can see there's only $100. So I'm going to take the 101 right now for -134. But you just click on a game, like let's say the Knicks on the money line, and you can see this is the amount of money that's available per the odds. You could also show other orders as well. So I grab some Grizzlies money line. And you guys can just open up props if you want to take a look at props. But grab the Grizzlies money line at -134. I can grab it for $103 at -135, and then you can see at these prices, which I'm not going to grab it at, it's like $10,000. So that's 4CX, guys. So for those of you that are in Arizona, it is an exchange that is out there. They do have player props, so you can bet them on player props. So I'm happy that I can at least get a price that's not too far off. And the way that I base this, guys, I don't base my decision off of the sports book that's offering the odds. I base my decision on the liquidity that's being posted and what the actual person out there wants. So this person wants it at -128. This person wants it at -129. I'm willing to go somewhere between 5 to 8 cents off of that price. And so I get that over here at 4CX at literally 5 to 6 cents off that price. But NoVig would be a great place to go grab this at. Definitely like that. Warriors on the money line. This is a Bally Bet only play, or you could get this at Bet Rivers as well. Somebody wants this at -127 odds for $1,700, which is below Pinnacle's limit. But if you're looking at just Pinnacle's odds, guys, this is an EV play. So, I mean, this is almost a low hold to Pinnacle on Bally Bet, right? So, you don't necessarily, sometimes we have plays that just, don't look very good to Pinnacle on this tool, but this is a play that's actually just EV on its own. It's very good to bet online and to Pinnacle, and it's okay to Circa. So Warriors money line, I'm okay if you want to grab this at -129 odds. No other sportsbook is offering this other than Bet Rivers and Bally Bet, so that's what I would do. Check that one out. Let's take a look at Colorado State and Virginia Tech. Somebody wants this at -111 odds. So here, this price isn't all that great to Pinnacle. It's barely okay to bookmaker. It's not fantastic. This is the under 153.5. You can get this at Bovada or Every Game. Again, guys, these are global offshore sports books. The more books that you have, the more opportunities that you have. So, if you're someone that is using recreational books, the next step for you, not just for arbitrage and positive, but also positive EV, is to sign up with the offshore sports books. And so just be mindful of taking their sign-up bonus, because it's a trap that you can fall into for sure if you go ham on their sign-up bonus. So anything that's maybe around -115 to -117 odds, I'm okay grabbing this under. This is just above Pinnacle's limit. So tread softly here, right? This is where we talk about opening up, taking a look at your bookmaker account. Because if bookmakers taking more than Pinnacle, and typically they are on game day, then this is maybe one that maybe I would avoid, right? I lean more on Bookmaker as my guide when it comes to betting college basketball than I do for Pinnacle. Same can be said for college football. So Colorado State and Virginia Tech, we're looking at the under 153.5. I'm just on my other monitor here looking at Bookmaker, and I'm waiting for the play to load up. And they're taking only $570. So this is actually something I would be interested in, guys. This under 153.5. You can grab this at a couple different books. A lot of options here. You can go to Bracco. You can go to DraftKings. So I am, DraftKings isn't bad. This game's at 5 o'clock Eastern. Just realized too, guys, that that Onyx has a desktop website, so I no longer have to share my phone. I can just pull up the website. So we're good there. So I don't mind this play at all. I'm willing to go. I could bet this over here on Bookmaker. I just kind of really wanted to bet it on one of the other books, but yeah, I can move some money over into every game too if I wanted to. Ken, appreciate you asking that, man. Appreciate you asking that. There you go, Chi-Town. Appreciate you mentioning about the spread on the Grizzlies, -2.5. San Jose State and Loyola Chicago, the under 143. Excuse me, under 143 at -110. Let's look at the liquidity limits over here on Bookmaker. Pinnacle's taking only $500. Somebody wants this at -111. The under 140, Bookmaker's only offering 142.5 as their highest under that you can bet. They're only taking $630. Honestly, guys, Caesars, yes. This is a yes for me. Bet DSI every game. Bookmakers offers a range of different numbers that you can bet. They don't even offer 143. They have this between 139.5 to 142.5. So to get this at -110 odds, it's under 142.5 on Bookmaker is -126. So to get this at under 143 would probably be like a -133, -134. That's a big deal. So I would definitely grab this under. You could grab it at Caesars. I'm going to see if I have any dough over at Bet DSI. I'm a little lazy, guys. Every game in Bet DSI might be a couple of books that I need to start pumping some more money into. Because I really, really like this. This is how you can beat books, guys, when it comes to just early in the morning. It's only got about $30 over there right now, which I got to get some more money in there. All right, that's the Sharp Money tool. Looking at some main market plays. Over here on the Positive EV tool, I have the NBA and the NHL main market plays teed up for today between a -150 +130 range. So let's refresh this. We talked about the Grizzlies money line. You could grab this over at Bet Openly for $111. This just looks to be, this is an ARB, guys, to Pinnacle. Pinnacle's at +140. So, you could bet this over at Onyx. Maybe not Onyx. Looks like Onyx is slow to react. But yeah, this is a very good play on Bet Openly, guys. Another peer-to-peer sports book. It's an ARB over here on any Canby sports book. Bet Rivers, Desert Diamond, Sugar House, Ballybet, Bet Parks. I would definitely bet this Grizzlies money line play. Guys, this is one that you normally, let me just pause here for a second. An NBA money line play, you normally don't see this kind of percentage. I would be willing to bet quite a bit of money. I'm talking like 3 units on this play. I would load up on this Grizzlies money line play. This is not an everyday type of thing that we see on here. So there's that. Looks like we have some different overs that we have the option to bet on this Hornets-Knicks game with this Pistons game sprinkled in. If you're looking at these different plays, I would definitely take the over 238.5 compared to over 239 or 239.5. This is the easier leg to hit. I always am going to recommend the easiest leg to hit. And for those of you that are on Dub Club, just trying to learn my process a little bit more, any pick that I give you, I make sure that it's the easiest leg to hit out of them all. So if you see me that I'm betting a spread on a college basketball game or total points, that means I might have a couple different options like this, and I'm always going to go with the lowest. I don't always go with the highest EV edge play, but I go with the easiest leg to hit because I want to make sure we win. So, Chi-Town, appreciate you asking. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I do. Here's a link. Here it is. See, I appreciate 4CX making it easy. But yeah, there's the link there for 4CX. Appreciate you asking. If it's available, guys, in your state, I would definitely check it out. 4CX is great. I've enjoyed them a lot. I need to use them a little bit more than what I've have. Because again, you can create markets on 4CX like Novig and ProfitX. You can create pricing. It's great. You know, Bet Openly is a solid book, but the problem with Bet Openly is you cannot create your own prices over on Bet Openly, which sucks. So, but you know, definitely check that out over there. Ooh, okay. Bruins Islanders. For anyone that doesn't have a nuked ESPN bet account, this under 5.5. This looks very good. Not quite a low hold, but it looks very good over here to Pinnacle. So plus 5.5. Bruins Islanders. The under. I like this. I'm going to go over to ESPN bet, and even though I can probably only bet like $30, I'm still going to bet whatever I can. I removed a lot of my money from ESPN bet just because of how limited I got, but it's still worth me going over there and grabbing this. The main line's at 6.5. We're looking at the under 5.5 at plus 125 odds. What's the max wager? They'll let me bet $86. Okay, that's all the money I have in the account. That's all I got. So I'm happy about that. $86, guys. This is a solid play on ESPN bet. The under 5.5. It's an alt line, but it's not like it's 46% chance we have a fair value to hit. So I like that. So I'm out of money on ESPN bet, which makes me happy. There we go. So just for any Dub Club users, if I recommend an ESPN bet play later today, I'm not going to be able to share the link because I don't have any money in the account. Good to know about that, Irish. Yeah, that was a good play. The under 143.5. So, Pistons and the Celtics. We were talking about this over 230.5. You can bet this over 231. I'd rather bet the over 230.5. I'm really thinking of throwing a little 3-leg parlay together over here on Bet Rivers. I'm looking to throw a little Grizzlies money line. Let's do that. Let's do a little Grizzlies money line. Let's do the over 231. They got this down to 229. So if you guys see like options like this, I just go Celtics and say, okay, here's our different options. We could grab probably the over 229.5. Maybe not. It's everything but the main line, which is fine. So I'm just going to take this down to 228.5. Okay, minus 121. So I'm just going to open this up, click the over here. I love that. And then we're going to go Grizzlies money line because I know that that's one that I definitely want. And then what would be the other one we could hit up here? Maybe this Knicks game. The over 240. Yeah, it's not EV until it's over here. Again, though, to grab the over 238.5 probably isn't all that bad of an idea because I'm imagining that the price is just barely off. Yeah, it's off by 1 cent. I'm not going to lose my mind on that. So we're looking at the over 238.5. All right. And we're going to go in for, let's go in for $150. I can only bet 121 right now. Okay. That kind of sucks. So I'm going to go in for $120 in this 3-leg parlay. I am limited on Bet Rivers. They only let me bet $120 on a 3-leg parlay. But we grab this over. And then we're going to grab the Grizzlies. Apparently the Grizzlies might have moved. Here we go. Throw the click to add to parlay here, guys. And then you just come up here on the dollar sign. You can see that Canby Sportsbook for my 3 picks. They're offering me the best odds. Slightly better over at Ballybet, but I'm going to grab this, play a little 3-leg parlay over here on Bet Rivers. If I wanted to take the conservative approach, I would just individually bet all of these plays. But there we go. I'm in on that. Just curious, what would they let me bet on this Grizzlies play? because this is just so good. Because I have how much in here? I got $101. Like I could go a little bit more on this play. So they let me bet 132. Okay, interesting. Oh, Sharks on the puck line, plus 2.5. This is a low hold to Pinnacle. So for those of you, and I'm going to hit this up on MGM. I'm limited on MGM, but it doesn't really matter. Just go bet whatever you can. We're going to load up again on that. All right, so we're in for $120. I put in a little extra, guys, on that Grizzlies. You can grab the Grizzlies spread. I'm going to take them on the money line. And I grabbed this over at Bet Rivers at minus 137 for an extra $120. So I got 2 bets in there now. 4CX. So now I'm in for about 200 and some bucks, which is decent. Sharks plus 2.5. This is a main line play. They're taking on the Avs. This is probably a late night game. Again, guys, I'm limited on this sports book. I don't really care. Once you're limited on a book, doesn't really matter. They're asking me to bet $240. I'll just round this up to $250. See if they'll let me take this. 86.58. I'll still take that at 86.58. Appreciate you, MGM. So I get what I can get here, guys. Sharks plus 2.5 on MGM, minus 125 odds. 86.28. That's still good money. So I'll take that. Okay. What else? We got a lot of Canby stuff. Money line on the Warriors, guys, like we talked about. You can get this on Ballybet. It's an ARB to Pinnacle. Over on Bet Rivers, it's a low hold to Pinnacle. I'm more than happy taking the Warriors on the money line. They let me bet $250 on the Warriors money line. God bless them. I know I'm betting a little bit above my edge here, but again, guys, when I see a money line play for the NBA, I'm going to smash that every time. 2.5 percentage. You don't see stuff like this early in the morning. So it's just really, really good. A lot of good NBA value out there right now. For anyone that has the offshore books, the over 238 on the Spurs and the Trailblazers, that looks really good. Really, really good. And okay. This is a low hold to Pinnacle. I'm in on this all day. Dang, I got to get some money over here on BetDSI. There's some really good NBA plays, guys, early this morning. A lot of Grizzly spreads if you want to take any Grizzly spreads. Over on the Knicks game, over on the Celtics Pistons. For any of my BetUS users, we don't see this too often. If you want to take the Pelicans at +4, that's fine as well. Totally cool with that. If you want to take the Grizzlies on the money line, but the Pelicans at +4, I'm cool with this. Irish, I'm sure hopefully you're on this one, man. I was on this thanks to Salt. Heat -7. Bet this last night over at FanDuel. Getting some really good closing line value right now, about 14 cents. So that's excellent. Over 6 in the Leafs game. Leafs, Blue Jackets. Interesting. This is kind of a disagreement here between a couple of sharp books. Let's see what happens. Hedge Zone, what's going on, man? What's going on? No doubt about that. I just mentioned your boy Salt with that Heat -7 or -6.5, depending on where you can get it. Circa moved. FanDuel, okay. Pinnacle moved too. They moved a lot and then kind of recovered. So this is an over 6 play over here on the Leafs and the Jackets. Again, you're betting into a sharp book. I never mind going after this from time to time, guys. I also like to check, obviously, the liquidity limits on this play, right? Like, let's find out. Like, we know the Pinnacle's taking about $3,800 right now on this Leafs play. What's Bookmaker taking? They're taking $2,100. So Pinnacle's taking a little bit more money on this play. I'm willing to go after this for about a 150 spot over here. I'll bet a little bit above my means. Should go maybe a little more, but we'll see. All right, so I'm going to grab this. Sometimes it's sharp books, guys, and I'm getting this at -108 odds. A little bit of reduced juice, which is nice to see. So I'm in for 150 on the Leafs over 6. Again, betting in the sharp. You can bet this on Prime. For those of you that live in the States that don't have Bookmaker, you could use Prime. Prime copies Bookmaker's odds. So I believe Kentucky, Ohio, maybe New Jersey. Can't remember if it's New Jersey, but I know Kentucky and Ohio, I believe, have Prime. So check them out as well. No doubt about that. So talking about Edge Zone Discord, guys. One of my favorite Discords to go after and use. Got a lot of great contributors over there. The creation from the sharp minds of the Arbologist and the Arb Father is really good. It's really, really good. Been having a really good time. They've been super hot. Speaking of over 6, FanDuel, Blues, and the Devils. We don't normally see, guys, this kind of hockey value, even if it is a lower percentage play. This is a main market. So I'm interested in this one. Yeah, I mean, you could see Pinnacle moved from plus 115 to plus 110. Small movement, nothing crazy. But this is a round number. For those of you that are betting on FanDuel and don't really know where to go on this one, this is not your normal mainline play. You can use the one-click bet feature, right? But if you're like me and you're, streaming on Chrome, but you're betting on Safari, then what you want to do is you want to come over here to the Blues game. And you want to go over to the even goals. So you come over here and it's game props. You want to come to game props, scroll down, and you want to go to total goals flat. That's where this lives. Game props, total goals flat, over 6 is plus 122. What are they going to let me bet? $204. Okay. Let's go in for 100. So there we go. Over 6 on the Blues and the Devils. Really, really good stuff. Betting a little bit above what the recommendation is, but I'm in on that. Again, we have some insurance on this play. If it's a 4-2 hockey game, 5-1, 6 Cobb, it's all good. It's a push. We get our money back. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Salt's been giving out some really good plays. So, we talk about this, guys, from time to time, and I've showcased it on streams, and it's definitely worth kind of mentioning. Things over here with Edge Boost have been really, really good, right? You can get access to different contributors. And one of them is Salt Covers. We talked about Salt as a WNBA guy. He's also been an NBA guy. He's been on a heater, absolute heater, and I know everyone hears that, but he has been really, really good. And he told us yesterday evening to bet the Heat at minus 6.5. He told us to bet the overs. He told you where you can get this at. And now this Heat play is all the way, the main line's around 8.5, 9.5 Heat. So you're getting some awesome CLV on the NBA. Right? But outside of that, this team is absolutely cooking with NBA plays. Their matrix plays, right? We talk about these plays all the time. Franz Wagner, guess who cashed this one yesterday? Franz Wagner under 25.5 points. It tells you could play this between minus 113 to minus 187. So the fair value of this play is minus 217. They're telling you to go bet this over at FanDuel, but honestly, they give you a really solid range, right? Minus 113 to minus 187, you see this play in a range, right? So when you look at my dashboard, if you've noticed on my dashboard at all, my CLV percentage has really fallen off. And that's because I've adapted more of a bottom-up sports betting approach thanks to the Edge Zone, right? The Edge Zone's telling me on Franz Wagner, look at this range. This is insane, right? So this is where we're talking about, guys, with a bottom-up sports betting approach. If you're looking at, let's say, an NBA game for tonight, okay, a lot of times, guys, when we're looking at an NBA money line play, you could see on this Pistons-Celtics game, there's not much width here, okay? There's not much width in this play. All right, I can bet this at minus 141, minus 161. That's pretty decent, but most of these books have this at minus 145 to minus 150. I don't really know what to do. I could bet this on Ballybet, but it's only 4 cents off the Pinnacle. I don't know what to do. But when you're being told that you can bet a play within this range, that opens up so many sports books for you to be able to go bet this play. You can then go sprinkle this money at multiple books. So let's say you want to bet $300 or $100. You can just bet $35 or $100 at 3 different books and get the same price. This is what's the beautiful thing about Edge Zone. This is how professional sports bettors bet. The model tells them, bet this play within this range, and then you just go bet this wherever you can find the books at. I mean, that's what it's all about. This is how you can bet into sharp sports books that don't limit you and keep making money, because once your Fanatics and your MGMs and your Bet Rivers, they run up, they run dry, and you can't bet anything anymore. This is how you can use a different model and say, yo, I can bet this between this range, right? And you're going to be in a good spot. This Franz Wagner play is like elite because it cashed, and you could bet this at so many books. So it's not like, it's a small range, guys. Some of these plays can be a massive range. So this is what you get with the matrix plays here for college football, NBA, NFL, NHL, right? You get all of these plays over here on matrix. And then they'll kind of show you, they're going to have the results. The tracking's right here, guys. You can see every single play that they recommend, and you can see how well they've done thus far. And trust me, you look at their NBA and NHL models, you're going to be very happy with what you see. So they're transparent as well. It doesn't get any better than this. This is why I'm a huge fan of Edge Zone, because there's very few spots that just offer you that type of play. It's really, 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 really good. So let me go ahead and share the link for you guys. If any of you, I know Irish is in there. Chi-Town I know is in there as well. I don't know if any of you other guys are in there that are on the stream right now, but it's definitely a tool that is not being used by, I don't see many other Discords using this. This is pretty insane. But yeah, that's what we really like about it. So let me go back over here to the EV tool. We're looking at some main markets right now, guys, for the NBA and the NHL. Really on this Pistons game. We're on this under on the Bruins game. I'm all in on that. All right, so I'm going to drop in a couple different links, guys, because they have a couple different plans over here for Edge Zone. But feel free, guys. The Matrix plays, I'll drop this in first. Take a look. So there's the Edge Zone if you guys want to check that out. Over there. There's one of their plans. And then this is their elite plan as well. You guys can check this out. So they have 3 different plans. Good to hear that, Irish. You're on the core plan, and we're going to share the core plan as well. So the core plan, yeah, $97 a month. The Matrix play is at $197 a month, and then the Elite play is at $297 a month, guys. So obviously it's a good investment. I use it quite a bit, and it's fantastic. Very, very, very solid. I understand that you guys, have limited funds in terms of, it's not like we have $1 million that we can spend on all these Discords and softwares. But if you're looking to make the switch, this is definitely a Discord that you want to utilize if you're very limited and you're positive EV betting and you can't bet on Fanatics much anymore, or bet MGM or bet Rivers. This is where you would make that move over there, because they're going to provide you plays that you can go after, right? And like we talked about before, what Irish was mentioning, you can go over here, buy sports books, right? The Game Zone books. You want to look at plays for Hard Rock or plays for FanDuel, Caesars, ProfitX, No Vig. You can look at that. They're going to give you different plays. They're going to tell you their bet recommendation size, the limit size. This is where you can actually see movement from the books, right? You want to look at player props. Maybe you want to look at Caesars props, right? This thing popped up this morning. Larson under 8.5 points. They tell you then exactly like what's the win percentage, what's the units, the sharp EV, where you can bet this at. This is all over here on Edge Zone. It's a really, really good tool, guys. This is your more traditional way with props, but then when it comes to the actual games, this is where you can see where Pinnacle's line is, what their liquidity is. This white line is the limits. Let me move my head down a little bit. White line is the limit in terms of what Pinnacle's taking, and then you could see these dots up here, what Pinnacle's pinging at, and then all of a sudden Pinnacle dropped from -119 to -136 on Wisconsin plus 1.5. That means they really like it. Steam chasing, you can go bet that over there. So that's kind of how it works over with Edge Zone. I'm a big fan of it. Very big fan of Edge Zone. No doubt about that. Lily, sharp money. Yeah, we were looking at sharp money quite a bit early on in the stream. So we were looking at mainline markets. And we talked about this Grizzlies play, which this Grizzlies play is an ARB to Pinnacle on the money line. So I bet a little bit more over here on Bet Rivers. I like this Warriors play on the money line, right? This under on the Raptors and the Pacers is really only available. It's interesting. You can hit this up on FanDuel for. Oh no, you can't. I'm sorry. This is the under. Yeah, this is only a play on Poly Market. It's only play that's offered at plus odds. You can't hit this really anywhere else. You can do this at 4CX, which I'm willing to maybe go over to 4CX or ProfitX. I'm cool with this. It's $3,400. It's a little bit below Pinnacle's limit, but also it's wildly off the Pinnacle. This is a bit of a plus EV play. So I'm going to hit this up over on 4CX, looking at the Pacers and the Raptors. I will be back on tonight, guys, at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be going over a lot of player prop bets. Under, 234.5? Yeah, I definitely like that. All right, there we go. What else we got? We talked about this Colorado State play. And Wichita and St. Mary's. Again, guys, I don't have any odds limits on this right now, so this is money line. This looks incredible on Wichita State. If you guys want to have a little sprinkle here, this is plus 419 on Pinnacle, plus 447 on Bookmaker. This is way off on FanDuel. Way off. This is at plus 530. Can't spell Wichita to save my life. I can't spell Wichita. Damn it, Billy. All right, so this is not quite an ARB to Pinnacle, but it's quite good. What's the max wager? $75 is what I can put on this, and that's what I'm going to put on this. Wichita State money line. This is incredible compared to Pinnacle and Bookmaker. Basketball, they're playing St. Mary's. I know it's a long shot, guys, but always willing to sprinkle this down. They'll pay me out about $400 in profit, thanks to the sharp money tool. It's not just because it's decent liquidity-wise, but just like, plus 419, plus 447. All the sharp books are in the plus 450 range. We're getting this at 530. Like, this is a clear outlier on FanDuel. So take a look at that one. Bracco, Alabama State, New Mexico. We're looking at the over 145.5. This is more of a sharp money play. Not so much a play there. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Chi-Town. Glad you're able to get a $25 bonus. I'm glad and appreciate the support as always, man. It means a lot. And okay, Alabama State. Yeah, this is... It's low. So here's the problem is basically this is what Bookmaker's taking. Bookmaker's going to take roughly the same amount that this person wants. So I don't really like this play on Bracco. It's just too low a liquidity. So I'm just not going to jump into that one at all. Appreciate you guys answering about parlay play. We'll start to make sure that we send some more parlay plays out there. 61% said yes. 39% said no. Appreciate everyone that voted. Okay. All right. So the schedule, guys, is how this is going to go for this upcoming week. There is going to be a stream tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern, and then there will be basically one stream throughout the rest of the week. There will be one stream on tomorrow morning, same time. There will be a stream on Friday morning, and then a stream on Saturday morning and Sunday morning. So there won't be two streams on Friday. Going to be, I'll take a little bit of a holiday, if you will, only on one stream on Friday. So we'll be streaming every day the rest of this week, 9 a.m. Eastern on Thursday and Friday, and 11 a.m. Eastern on Saturday and on Sunday. So that's how it's going to go for the rest of the week, guys. There'll be a stream every day. It'll just be in the mornings. So as we're starting to gear up and get ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Obviously, tonight is the biggest drinking night in America. I would have a healthy argument with you if you disagree otherwise. In my opinion, this is the biggest night that everyone goes out and gets absolutely shit-faced. Because all you got to do tomorrow is sit on the couch. If you're a guy, you just basically sit on the couch and watch football and nurse your hangover and keep drinking. So that's it, guys. No, Anton, didn't do it yet. Again, I don't like to, I appreciate you asking. I don't like to place player prop bets this early in the morning for the most part. We'll put together a DFS slip here or there, but I like to wait until some injury news pops out around 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern, and then that's when I kind of formulate who's in and what's going to happen. So basically, I just kind of chill on that one for right now. So otherwise, guys, I'll talk to you guys tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern. We'll run it back, do it again. Otherwise, enjoy the day. We'll talk soon. Take care.